So you did it again. You found another haunted cemetery and church.
I did.
Hello there, parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I'm your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
In this video, we're going to talk about the Bruton
Yes, B-R-U-T-O-N, Bruton
Parish Church. And we're in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yes. Pan so they could see the steeple. There you
There's
go.
a steeple. All right, but before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal history, forensic, and travel type videos,
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll hear from us next time we post a new video.
you did a little premature.
I did. I got a little anxious and excited there.
All right, so let's explore some of the information about this church, shall we?
All right. All right, so the Bruton Parish Church is the oldest building in Colonial Williamsburg. Construction on the building was completed in 1683. It served as a hospital during the Civil War and later as a mass burial site for about 100 Confederate soldiers who were killed during the Battle of Williamsburg. Surrounding the church, you'll find a beautiful cemetery with graves marked from the 17th to the 20th century. Each grave has its own story, from the unknown Confederate soldiers to one of the church's colonial reverends by the name of Servant Jones, who was buried there with his first wife. Reverend Jones and his wife were expecting their first child. Sadly, there were complications during labor, and the doctor informed him that she was not going to survive. When she was on her deathbed, he proclaimed his undying love for her. He told her how he could never imagine a life without her, nor would he ever be able to be with another woman, and asked her to wait for him so that they could reunite in heaven. He had her buried in the church cemetery. Shortly after her death, he left town for a while. 3 months after her death, he rode back into town in a carriage with his dead wife's tombstone. During this time, witnesses saw the wife who had died and buried roamed the church cemetery grounds and even sat in the church pews. It's said that she was patiently waiting to reunite with her husband. But once he returned 3 months later, he brought something else with him as well. He brought a new wife. Almost immediately upon the arrival of the Reverend Jones and his new wife, people continued to see the apparition of the original Mrs. Jones throughout the church building and graveyard. Only now she was a little bit more upset, theoretically, by the new wife. And she was seen crying and wailing and even angry over his broken oath. To add insult to injury, he had his new wife's grave put between him and his first wife when they died. Not only did the Reverend Jones find a new wife, his resting place was also separated by another woman in death. They're still buried here in the church graveyards. Sometimes late at night, the church organ can be heard playing on its own when nobody's inside, and still people hear anguished cries of Reverend Jones's broken-hearted first wife and see her roaming the graveyard. Additionally, their curtains inside are sometimes seen to flutter and move without explanation. There was also a story from some security guards. 2 security guards from Colonial Williamsburg late at night were sitting in their patrol car, and they saw a man walking up to the Palace Green along the road towards the church, which is right down the street there. So if you pan right there, that first road at the end of the corner there, that's Palace Green. They saw him walking up the road there towards the church. He was described as a tall, shadowy figure dressed in a cardboard black suit with vest. He had a strange elongated neck, but what surprised them most was that he had a red glowing eyes as well. It's thought that ghosts with elongated necks were perhaps hung in life. So there hasn't been any historical evidence to point to anyone being hung near here, near this place at all, but the gallows were actually located just a distance down here on Capitol Landing Road. It is interesting nonetheless, and they saw this guy duck behind a tree and the brick wall. They assumed he must have used the tree to jump over the wall and enter the cemetery in search of him. When they entered this cemetery, he had vanished. They looked all around, couldn't find him, but they heard the sound of the church door closing, so they believed somehow he made his way into the church. They went to the main entrance and it was locked. They determined they wanted to catch this intruder, so they unlocked the door, entered the church, and as they allowed their eyes to adjust to the dark, they heard a strange noise. It was described as a whoosh, thud, and once they turned on their flashlights, they could see what was causing the noise. the hymnals were seen to be levitating from the church pews and flying across the wall and room and hitting the wall. They decided to leave the church then, of course, at that time. So some interesting things that are happening here at the Bruton Church.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So we got to go inside and take a little tour. They had some docents in there. And but we didn't record it, but I did get some B-roll. Marianne got some pictures, so we'll show some of that inside, and I'll put a little bit of music over top of it. What do you think?
All right. There are sections of the cemetery that are like roped off, and you can't go in those areas unless you have like one of the guides with you to take you on a specific hunt. They are getting ready to close now, so I didn't bug them, but hopefully I was able to manage to get pictures of the graves of the Reverend and his wife, but I don't know. We'll have to find out through some more internet research.
He's closing those gates too. We got here just in time. They were roasting in there.
When the storm is moving in, the sky goes dark and you feel the wind. Too much weight just holds you down, waiting for the calm to come around. And you harbor all your tears, your desperate beliefs and fears. You will rise above, know that you are strong. Though the road is long, there is always love to carry you home. Home. When there's no solid ground, walls are closing in, and you hear the sound of your heartbeat through your chest. Oh, your head is spinning, you can't find no rest, and you harbor all your tears, your disbeliefs and fears. And you will rise above, know that you are strong. Though the road is long, there is always love to carry you home. Home. To carry you home. Home. To carry you home when the ocean is too deep, your climb is too steep, your dreams are out of reach. When all your faith is gone and you just can't go on, there is always love to carry you home. Home. To carry you home. Home. To carry you home. Home. All the way home. Home.
Okay, Bruton. Well, we're not even facing it. Maybe we should go this way. All right, there it is, right there.
The Bruton Church and Cemetery.
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was nice and cool inside too.
It was. It was surprisingly cool in there.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add to this video?
No, that's it for today.
All right, folks. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting.
Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting!